I think I'm still in a bit of shock and denial. And I was sitting in the makeup chair when I heard just somebody say, "Oh."
I think that for me,
Hollywood is shaken. As legends gather in silence, Meryl Streep breaks it with a tribute so moving it leaves the world breathless. What did she reveal about Robert Redford's final goodbye? Santa Monica in the late 1930s set the scene for a boy with a restless imagination. Robert Redford grew up sketching comic-style characters, reading Greek myths, and excelling in sports like baseball and track. An early art scholarship offered a path forward, but a deep hunger for adventure sent Robert Redford hitchhiking through Europe, sketching landscapes, and experimenting with a painter's life. Those travels shaped a creative mind that valued independence and storytelling. Returning to New York City, Robert Redford enrolled at the Pratt Institute and soon shifted from art to acting. Long nights of study at the American Academy of Dramatic Arts sharpened skills that quickly led to Broadway. A breakout role in Barefoot in the Park showcased natural charm and quiet intensity. Soon after, Hollywood opened its doors.
Kind of knew the rhythm and the language of film, and so I learned a lot from him.
Film roles in Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, The Way We Were, and The Sting propelled Robert Redford into global stardom. Audiences admired the charisma and depth that turned each character into something unforgettable. Yet the desire to shape stories from behind the camera remained strong. Robert Redford stepped into directing with ordinary people, earning an Academy Award and setting the stage for a career that blended artistry with purpose. Even as success grew, Robert Redford stayed deeply connected to nature. Mountain Land in Utah became Sundance Resort, a place that celebrated creativity and environmental stewardship. This balance of art and conservation defined a lifelong mission to tell meaningful stories while protecting the landscapes that inspired them. Robert Redford's career moved beyond traditional stardom, shaping American cinema through bold choices and thought-provoking projects. Films like All the President's Men explored investigative journalism with gripping realism.
I think that for me, it was about that.
While The Candidate examined leadership and ideals. These roles proved that meaningful storytelling could captivate audiences while asking serious questions. Collaboration with director Sidney Pollack led to classics including Out of Africa, where sweeping romance met subtle, layered performances. Robert Redford also turned to directing with remarkable success. A River Runs Through It offered poetic reflections on family and nature. Quiz Show examined truth and deception, earning critical praise and Academy Award nominations. Beyond acting and directing, Robert Redford transformed the independent film landscape. The creation of the Sundance Institute and Sundance Film Festival gave new filmmakers a platform to share daring stories. Future icons like Quentin Tarantino, Steven Soderbergh, and Paul Thomas Anderson credited Sundance for early breakthroughs.
That the cause behind the war was a lie.
Robert Redford's choices revealed a pattern. Each project, whether in front of the camera or behind it, carried cultural weight. Instead of chasing trends, Robert Redford championed stories about integrity, resilience, and the human spirit, leaving a lasting imprint on the art of cinema. Away from bright lights and camera crews, Robert Redford cultivated a life of balance and quiet strength. Time at Sundance Resort reflected a love for wide-open spaces and creative solitude. Artistic energy often flowed from these landscapes, fueling projects that spoke to authenticity and environmental care. Family life remained a central focus. Robert Redford valued privacy, allowing space for meaningful connections without constant attention. This personal discipline helped maintain creative clarity and emotional resilience during demanding years in film. Support for other artists also defined Robert Redford's character. Emerging filmmakers found encouragement and resources through Sundance programs, proving that generosity could shape entire artistic movements. The decision to invest in new voices instead of seeking constant headlines highlighted a commitment to long-term impact rather than fleeting fame. Colleagues often spoke of Robert Redford's calm presence and thoughtful guidance. Whether working with seasoned directors or mentoring first-time filmmakers, Robert Redford brought patience, insight, and respect for the creative process. This combination of artistry and humility created a legacy built not only on screen success, but also on enduring influence behind the scenes. One of the most remarkable creative partnerships in cinema blossomed when Robert Redford and Meryl Streep shared the screen in Out of Africa. The quiet river scene, where Robert Redford gently washed Meryl Streep's hair while reciting poetry, became an instant classic. Subtle glances and unspoken trust told a love story deeper than dialogue. During production, Meryl Streep admired Robert Redford's natural ease and ability to express emotion without words.
Key is knowing when we're being lied to, or worse.
Robert Redford appreciated Meryl Streep's intense preparation and layered performances. Together, these qualities formed a magnetic balance that audiences could feel. Their connection extended far beyond one film. Over decades of friendship, Robert Redford and Meryl Streep celebrated each other's artistry and growth. Public tributes and private gestures alike revealed mutual respect and affection. The creative trust forged on set became a lifelong bond that shaped their work and inspired admirers. This collaboration demonstrated how two powerful talents could blend styles to elevate storytelling. Rather than competing, Robert Redford and Meryl Streep complemented each other, proving that true cinematic magic often comes from genuine partnership and shared vision. Robert Redford's influence inspired an outpouring of admiration from every corner of the arts. Jane Fonda reflected on years of collaboration, calling Robert Redford a beautiful person in every way and recalling unforgettable moments of creativity and friendship. Barbra Streisand remembered projects like The Way We Were, highlighting Robert Redford's intelligence and ability to bring complex characters to life. Ron Howard described Robert Redford as an artistic game-changer whose choices reshaped American film. Antonio Banderas celebrated Robert Redford as a global cinema icon whose performances continue to inspire. Kenneth Cole pointed to the Sundance Institute as a lasting testament to Robert Redford's vision, where countless artists found opportunities to share unique stories. Directors and actors across generations credited Robert Redford with setting new standards for storytelling and independence. From seasoned legends to rising talents, voices from around the world joined to honor a figure who transformed creativity into a force for change and inspiration. These tributes painted a picture of an artist whose impact went far beyond film sets, reaching into the heart of culture and nurturing the dreams of future storytellers.
One of the themes of the film is how difficult it is to step.
Among all the heartfelt messages, Meryl Streep's tribute stood out for its profound depth. Calling Robert Redford one of the lions, Meryl Streep captured the enduring strength and quiet courage that defined a lifetime of work. Meryl Streep spoke of a creative partnership built on trust and respect, remembering how Robert Redford championed independent voices long before it became a trend. Every word reflected decades of shared experiences, from unforgettable filming moments to private conversations about art and purpose. This tribute resonated because it came from someone who truly understood Robert Redford's heart for storytelling and dedication to empowering others. Meryl Streep highlighted the choice to use fame not for personal spotlight, but to create opportunities for fresh talent and daring ideas. By sharing these reflections, Meryl Streep reminded the world of Robert Redford's greatest gift, the ability to inspire and uplift. The words honored both the artistry and the unwavering vision that continue to shape generations of filmmakers and dreamers. The creation of the Sundance Institute in 1980 was not just a milestone for Robert Redford, but a turning point for filmmaking everywhere. The idea was simple but daring. Give artists the freedom to tell stories without the restrictions of big studio demands. At a time when most films followed predictable formulas, Robert Redford opened a door for creativity that could change cinema forever. From its earliest days, Sundance became a meeting ground for bold voices and untold stories. Independent directors who once struggled to find a single screen for their work suddenly discovered a global platform. Quentin Tarantino, Steven Soderbergh, Paul Thomas Anderson, and countless others found their first real audience here. Many of the films that began at Sundance went on to inspire new movements and shift the entire direction of modern film. Sundance was more than a festival. It was a school, a think tank, and a community. Workshops and labs gave emerging filmmakers tools to sharpen their craft, everything from script development to editing and distribution. The support didn't end when the festival lights dimmed. Mentorship, guidance, and ongoing partnerships helped many artists turn a first idea into a lasting career. Robert Redford often described this as planting seeds that would grow long after the camera stopped rolling.
And it'll be very difficult for people to conduct their lives the way.
Environmental care also played a central role in the Sundance vision. The mountain property in Utah wasn't chosen by accident. Robert Redford believed that nature fuels creativity, and the festival reflected that belief. Sustainable building practices, careful land conservation, and eco-conscious film production became part of the experience. Visitors didn't just attend screenings, they absorbed a way of life that valued the earth as much as art. Sundance grew steadily but never lost sight of independence. Even when attendance soared and international attention arrived, the mission remained the same: give space to those who might otherwise be overlooked. Over the years, Sundance expanded to include documentary storytelling, world cinema, and digital innovation, welcoming voices from every culture and background. The festival became a bridge where global filmmakers could meet, share ideas, and create collaborations that crossed borders. By the mid-2020s, the impact of Sundance had reached far beyond Utah. Festivals around the world, Toronto, Berlin, Venice, and others, adopted elements of the Sundance model. Streaming platforms and studios scouted talent directly from the festival, turning once unknown directors into household names. Robert Redford's vision quietly reshaped how audiences discover stories and how filmmakers launch careers. Sundance also embraced change with courage. When new technologies like virtual reality and interactive film emerged, the festival created entire sections to explore them. Robert Redford believed that innovation was essential to survival. He once explained that growth means moving forward, even when the path is untested. This forward-thinking approach kept Sundance vibrant and relevant, even as the entertainment landscape shifted. Community impact extended beyond film. Local businesses in Utah thrived, from small cafes to lodging, creating jobs and cultural exchange. Students and young artists flocked to the region, drawn by the chance to learn from experienced filmmakers and to share their own fresh perspectives.
Locker room talk. Oh, that's just the way men are.
In many ways, Sundance turned quiet mountain towns into creative hubs buzzing with international energy. In later years, the festival's reach grew even further. Educational programs linked with schools around the world, offering online workshops and streaming showcases for those unable to travel. This expansion allowed Sundance to stay true to its mission of accessibility and diversity, proving that distance should never limit artistic possibility. Even as Sundance announced relocation plans to Boulder, Colorado, the core idea remained unchanged, a place where stories matter more than budgets, and vision matters more than fame. Robert Redford celebrated the move as a natural step, saying that change is essential for growth and that the spirit of independence travels wherever creativity calls. The cultural influence of Sundance continues to ripple outward. Many films first screened there have sparked national conversations, from climate awareness to social change. Audiences around the world have discovered new perspectives, proving that independent cinema can inspire dialogue and drive meaningful action. This ability to spark thought and feeling is the heartbeat of Robert Redford's lasting gift. Today, when a new filmmaker dreams of telling a bold story, the path often leads back to Sundance. Whether it's a first short film or an experimental feature, the festival remains a place where daring ideas receive encouragement and recognition. Decades after its founding, the mission to amplify unheard voices is stronger than ever. Robert Redford's Sundance vision is more than an institution. It's a living legacy. It stands as proof that one person's commitment to creativity and independence can ignite a global movement. Each new generation of filmmakers and film lovers carries that spark forward, ensuring that the spirit of innovation and authenticity continues to light screens around the world.
I think it might lead to the moment where, at least in my business,
Artists, directors, and cultural leaders around the world celebrated Robert Redford's remarkable influence. From Hollywood veterans to emerging talents, voices described a career that redefined excellence and encouraged fearless storytelling. Ron Howard emphasized the groundbreaking impact of Robert Redford's creative choices and the lasting power of Sundance. International figures, including cultural leaders from France and beyond, hailed the ability to connect global audiences through meaningful cinema. Critics from major publications highlighted a rare talent to blend mainstream success with challenging themes. Reviews often pointed to the quiet intensity and authenticity that made every performance memorable. These reflections confirmed what collaborators and audiences long knew. Robert Redford's artistry was matched by generosity and vision. By elevating diverse stories and supporting creative independence, Robert Redford left a cultural legacy that continues to guide filmmakers and inspire dreamers around the world. Robert Redford's journey shows how vision, creativity, and purpose can transform entertainment and touch countless lives. The combination of art and action proves that meaningful storytelling can leave a mark far beyond the screen. Which Robert Redford moment stays with you the most? A favorite film, a memorable festival discovery, or the quiet leadership that shaped independent cinema? Share those thoughts in the comments and join the conversation. For viewers who want to explore more about groundbreaking filmmakers and the enduring influence of independent cinema, the next video dives into the stories and movements Robert Redford helped ignite. The legacy continues every time a new voice dares to tell a story.